Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Skyrim on Nyxus Gaming. In the last episode, we finished up all the important stuff to do in Iverstead over here, and Lydia got horribly glitched and wouldn't stop limping, so we had to head back to Whiterun and get her legs fixed, but she's all fine now. We got a bunch of treasure from Iverstead in Shroudhearth Barrow and Gearman's Hall. And that town doesn't have the merchants to support us, so we're gonna do some selling here in Whiterun before we head back.
I'm right behind you.
I'm gonna start by getting everything back from Lydia.
Your burdens.
Just about everything. I'm gonna let her keep the steel sword as her main weapon.
You lead, I'll follow.
Also, in Skyrim, I just about never give my companions equipment of any kind, so be wary of that. Did she walk away from me? I was about to sell stuff to her. I have to head inside now.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
She did. She just walked inside and ignored me. I'll sell to you, Ulfberth.
Welcome to War Maidens. Now don't let the name worry you. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Looking to make some money, my guy. You can take that, and that's a unique one. We want to keep that. You can take that, and which one's better? That's 13, that's 11. The Dwarven bow is actually... Dwarven is better than Orcish, so take the Orcish bow. The Mace of Torpor, however you pronounce it. Keep these arrows. We got Ancient Nord arrows that are better. Take my old axe, take this enchanted axe, and armor. Probably take everything that I'm not using. Let's sell these for now, and we'll equip these. We both have the same defense, but that one's enchanted, so... We need the bear pelts, don't get rid of those. You can get rid of the wolf pelts. Do you have bear pelts for sale? Don't.
Good
okay.
Doing business with you.
That frees up our inventory quite a lot, though, actually. We can carry almost 100 pounds now. And we still have stuff to sell. No other, like, blacksmith types merchants are gonna buy stuff from us, because... we sold everything we could to him on that category of stuff. I'm gonna check this guy though. This guy's all about hunting.
In the market for some hunting supplies?
Like maybe he has some bear pelts I can buy.
I've got just what you need.
He doesn't. And he doesn't really buy anything else. Okay.
Thank you very much for your business.
Bear pelts will probably just have to come by as we kill them. Don't you love these guys? After the whole Sadia quest, they just kind of stand here the whole game and do nothing. Like, we killed their entire gang and their leader, and they just stand there. Fun, fun. Hey, why don't we sell stuff at Bellathor's? Nope, won't let us. Bellathor, why have you betrayed me? So,
Give a holler if you have any questions.
like, literally the main merchant I use in every one of my playthroughs. I can't use him. It's the worst. Is there any... Sooner or later, I'm gonna realize I've eaten just about everything. But until then, I'm still just gonna check and run through stuff.
You look rather pale.
You can buy my potions that I've picked up. I have a lot. Don't have a whole lot of gold to buy them all, though. Like, you've already used all of your gold but 4. And I don't have any that sell for 4 gold.
Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
This is how I sell stuff in Skyrim. I just go through a town,
Pardon me.
hitting literally every merchant I can, even like the cheap ones, like this one.
It's hardly
Oops.
did worse. He took
Like, this lady has like 64 gold.
that sort of thing.
I'm gonna take all of that gold, like, as much as I can. Probably not as much as I can, but like she can take both of these. Or just one of those. Then she has 45, she can take the silver ring. Leaves her at 33, and she can't take any of this stuff that I want to sell, so.
You take care of yourself now.
This guy's not here. He probably wouldn't give me much anyway.
Food and fresh vegetables for sale.
I think
Some
he
may
would
call
be a
this junk.
food
Me?
vendor like
I
this
call them
lady is.
treasures.
She can't buy anything, so
Remember,
he would be a
fresh
waste
food
of
and
time.
vegetables every day.
The only other merchant we have to sell to in this town that'll take some of our stuff, I believe, is Farengar. But we'll have some leftover stuff that we can sell at some other store down the line. And we'll have made a decent amount of gold. I haven't checked, but I'd say we've made over 1,000 gold, definitely. Maybe like 1,500 gold, maybe more.
Huh?
Depending on what we get Farengar to buy. Where is he? He's out here somewhere.
Wanderer, here to lick my father's
Over
boots.
here.
Good job.
Divine, come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing hostility.
Yeah, just buy my shit, man.
I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this.
He only has 500 gold. He can take the staffs from us. And he can take some of this jewelry. Not much. We have some expensive jewelry here. He can take both of those. We don't need the bandit bounty. And with 8, he can buy 2 of these.
You know, if you've got the
And we have 3,000 gold
you
now.
should join the Mages College in
Love it. Before I leave, there is one place I want to stop by. So, with the Radiant quests, like looking for work and stuff, like the random like bandit clears and stuff that you get from the inns, I think I'm gonna play it like every inn I go to, every town basically. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab one bounty quest from. So I've done one from Riverwood, I've done one from Iverstead. I never grabbed one from here in Whiterun. So let's head into the Bannered Mare and grab that real quick.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Where is she?
If it's work you need, how about chopping up some wood for the fires?
That's gonna be a hard pass. What about... Do you not give any other work?
Need anything else? Just let me know.
I think because it's in a main hold, I have to get that work from Avenici, maybe? Which means I'm heading back up here. Avenici is who you turn the bounties into, so it makes sense. I just know I never got one from here in Whiterun.
I serve Jarl Balgruff as steward. The only thing no doubt those Greybeards up at High Hrothgar will talk
No?
your ear off about it.
I don't think it's any of these other guys. They're all getting up now. I don't think the Jarl gives me work.
Watch over your battles, friend.
No?
Now, if you don't mind, I've got a
Please keep your weapons sheathed in the Jarl's presence.
Keep them sheathed, you say?
I've got my eyes on you.
Keep them sheathed?
What is it that you need?
Okay.
The Jarl is, as you can imagine.
Maybe it's because
the
he was
task
eating.
Of steward is more important than you realize. The Jarl often asks for my invaluable counsel. If there's any-
Okay, you guys saw I tried to get some work here in Whiterun. I couldn't get it. I'm not gonna waste too much time on it. Let's go ahead and leave. Go back to Iverstead. And let's start climbing a mountain. Yeah. Gonna go see the Greybeards. Can't remember what that contraption there on the loading screen is. I know it's not a crash. Okay, and we're back. We're in Iverstead, so, actually crashed again. I reloaded the game, And I tried fast traveling here to Iverstead, and it crashed on the fast travel again, so... I don't know if it's something about Iverstead that's causing it, but, we're here. That's all that matters. It's really dark.
On your way up the 7,000 steps again, Klimek?
Not today. I'm just not ready to make the climb to High Hrothgar. The path isn't safe.
Aren't the Greybeards expecting some supplies?
Honestly, I'm not certain. I've yet to be allowed into the monastery. Perhaps one day.
Alright, so this is the other miscellaneous quest I was talking about with
Passing
Klimek.
through on your way to High Hrothgar? About to make a delivery up there myself.
Oh, anything you can tell me about it?
I've been to the monastery many times, but I've never even laid eyes on one of the Greybeards. Not that I'd care to. Being masters of the Thuum, they could kill you by uttering a single word. Well, not that they would. They seem peaceful, but I wouldn't want to provoke them.
What type of deliveries do you make?
Mostly food supplies like dried fish and salted meats. You know, things that keep fresh for a long time. The Greybeards tend not to get out much, if you catch my meaning.
And in return?
Well, it's kind of an understanding between us. I mean, it just wouldn't feel right to charge them for a bit of preserved food. Trouble is, my legs aren't what they used to be, and climbing the 7,000 steps takes its toll.
I could do it for you.
Really? Well, that would be kind of you. Here, take this bag of supplies. At the top of the steps, you'll see the offering chest. Just leave the bag inside, and you're done.
Alright, so we gotta bring
Be
these
careful
supplies
up
up here. Going up there anyway, so it shouldn't be bad. Has it been this dark in the game before? Like, I feel like it's exceptionally dark. But it looks bright over there now. Maybe I'm just, like... Maybe I'm just seeing things. I don't know. Maybe it's supposed to be darker with the mods because it's, like, in the mountain's shadow or something. I don't know. Got a spider. Not the most dangerous thing we'll come across in this mountain, I can tell you that. This quest is a little famous for being like a big stop for a lot of players because there's an enemy, a certain enemy on this path, a bit further up, mind you, a bit further up. But it's a pretty tough enemy. Also, there are some things along the path that I would like to read out for the episode. Because they're kind of interesting, and they involve the story. So I want to make sure not to miss any of them. First one might be up here. There's a dead goat. It's always great, means something around here killed it. I usually see wolves up and down here. I usually don't see spiders. Here we go. Hey, buddy. Arknar.
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.
Did you hear that Greybeards called Dovahkiin?
I did. Strange days when the monks will do that. I wonder what it means.
What are you doing?
I like to spend time up here. Walk the steps. Meditate on the emblems. Doesn't hurt when I bag some game along the way.
Do you visit the Greybeards?
They're not the sort to take visitors. But I never go that high up the path anyway. Some folk who make the trip leave them food or other essentials. But not to make conversation.
Okay.
Until next time.
So this is an etched tablet, emblem 2. We already fucking missed one. God damn it. I don't know where emblem 1 is. But again, I would really like to read them all out on my way up here. I also don't want to fall down that way. Let me walk down and find the first one. Because it's so dark, I can't see anything. I think with how they looked like that, they'd be easy to spot. Is it right over there? It's right over here. I think, or is that, or are these just rocks? Those are just rocks, and I am dumb. Oh, this goat died. No, I say something probably killed these goats. But they're probably just stupid and running off the edge. Oh yeah, it was right at the beginning of the path. Look at me go. Okay. Emblem 1. Before the birth of men, the dragons ruled all Mundus. Their word was the voice, and they spoke only for true needs, for the voice could blot out the land and flood the sky. So yeah, the voice is kind of, it is what we have, what we absorb the dragon souls to do. So, can equip that. Boost! And that's the voice. So, it's literally just dragon speak. And I forgot the run button. There we go. It's literally just dragon speak, but because it can do like a lot of things like that, different things, like we have the Kind's Peace one now, which literally makes animals flee. That's why they don't speak very much. And these Greybeards up top, they're like masters of the voice. Oh hey Lydia, I don't know where you went. But regular mortals aren't really supposed to know how to shout like that. Mostly Dragonborn are, and Dragonborn are usually emperors and the bloodline of emperors, like the Septim Dynasty that we went into in the last game, Oblivion. They were mostly all Dragonborns. Men were born and spread over the face of Mundus. The dragons presided over the crawling masses. Men were weak then and had no voice. But you see there, men weren't made with the voice. The dragons had the voice. So at some point, they taught men how to shout like they did. But yeah, the Septim Dynasty in the last game, Oblivion, they were pretty much all Dragonborn. Martin Septim, Uriel Septim, they were Dragonborn, but... Hey, buddy. But because Bethesda didn't think it through at that point in making the games... Wolf pelt. You can't shout in those games, and they didn't shout in those games. But I think it would have been kind of epic when, when Martin turns into Akatosh, the dragon, at the end. Spoiler alert. You better have watched my Oblivion series and seen that. When he turns into a dragon and fights Mehrunes Dagon, it would have been cool if he, like, shouts him back into Oblivion, you know? And that's sadly not what happened, because Bethesda didn't think that far. I feel like we're probably missing the third one somewhere. Unless it's right up here. Oh, this blood is ruining my view of the night sky. Let's see, which one is this one? Is this 3 or 4? If it's 3, we're okay. Yeah, the fledgling spirits of men were strong in old times, unafraid to war with dragons and their voices, but the dragons only shouted them down and broke their hearts. This is also a big, like, reference to the lore of the region. A lot of Tamriel, mainly Skyrim though, a lot of Tamriel was ruled by dragons. And they spoke to men and enslaved the men through dragon priests, which we'll definitely fight our fair share of those throughout the game. There's a certain mask that I want to get, and you need to fight all the dragon priests in order to get that mask. So that's on my to-do list, don't worry. But yeah, the basic hierarchy was Alduin, the yet unnamed dragon that hasn't been named in the story, that you all know already. Alduin, the rest of the dragons below him, the dragon priests as the connection between dragons and men, and then the actual men themselves, who were more like slaves and stuff around that time period. Karita.
Keep an eye out for wolves if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.
Oh, funny, you're not the first one to tell me that. Hey, did you hear the Greybeards called Dovahkiin?
I was just outside Iverstead when it happened. It's an exciting moment. Nothing like this has happened in centuries.
Who are you?
Just a pilgrim. I'd prefer to leave it at that, if you don't mind.
What are you doing?
Walking the steps, meditating on the emblems. I make this trip every few years.
Is that the exact same thing the other guy said? I don't think so, but it's similar. Emblem 4. Kine called on Paarthurnax, who pitied man. Together they taught men to use the voice. Then dragon war raged, dragon against tongue. So Kine, one of the Aedra, Kinnereth, Kine, same person. She got together with a dragon named Paarthurnax, and they taught the men how to shout. And the men, getting all big in their britches, the men of the land, thought, hey, we're on your level now, let's go to war with the dragons. Classic men, am I right? Is this where it is? Oh, this is where it is. Remember that enemy I was talking about that stops a lot of people's progress? It is an ice troll. And I don't think we've even fought regular trolls yet. So this ought to be fun. Hey, we're here anyway, let's shout. It does damage, oh my god. It definitely does damage. I don't have any regular potions of healing. It takes so much. Let's keep using that shield and just bash it. Shield stun for the win. Okay, troll fat. Ain't no thing. Ain't no thing. See, I don't really use the shield to block incoming attacks so much as I use it to bash and stun the enemy. Which is perfectly fine, if you ask me. Perfectly fine. Man prevailed, shouting Alduin out of the world, proving for all that their voice too was strong, although their sacrifices were manyfold. Okay, so now they're putting the Alduin name on there. I think that's the first time we've heard it in the game. It's not... We don't know which dragon is Alduin yet, but I think it should be pretty obvious. It's the one that attacked us at the beginning of the game. I mean, if you don't know that at this point, Skyrim's like 20 years old. You should know. But if you don't know, you may be thinking like, hey, if that just said that men shouted him out of the world, how is he back? Well, we haven't gotten to that part of the storyline yet. I always love walking up these steps because they're so high up and the scenery is just beautiful. Like this is the area where Skyrim really shines with how good it looks. And of course I have mods to make it look better, but still. With roaring tongues, the Sky Children conquer, founding the first empire with sword and voice, whilst the dragons withdrew from this world. So yeah, the first empire of the Nords, the Sky Children, the children of Skyrim. Basically, they either hunted down the dragons or the dragons just fled at that point. And that's why no one's seen dragons for millennia in this world. Until this game, they all magically start coming back. Which is why it's such a big thing. Look at that. That is actually... You can just barely see it, but I think that's Whiterun down there. And that's that mountain that we went around. And the smuggler's den is on the other side of it. Like, we can check the map. We're literally looking out in that direction. That's the river right there. And you can see the river cutting through there. That is amazing to me. And even kind of see past the mountains there to Morthal. I love it so much. Gonna try and stop admiring the view so much, and don't know what that tomb is there, but it looks big and important. There's no way that's Bleak Falls, is it? That looks really big. I would mean that's Riverwood, right? Yeah, I think we're looking at Riverwood down there and Bleak Falls right there. Okay. Bleak Falls is a lot bigger than I realized. Got it. I think we're just about coming around to the Greybeards' keep here, though. We got another tablet. Jurgen Windcaller chose silence and returned. 17 disputants could not shout him down. Jurgen the Calm built his throne, built his home on the throat of the world. So this mountain here that we're climbing, that the Greybeards live on, this is called the throat of the world. It is the highest mountain in Skyrim, and I think it's supposed to be the highest mountain in Tamriel in general. So Jurgen Windcaller was this guy, very powerful in the voice, could shout anyone down, but instead he chose to just be silent and practice peace with the voice. And he built this monastery on top of the throat of the world, and people started following him, and they became the Greybeards. And it's this whole other way of thinking about the voice, using it for peace instead. The voice is worship. Follow the inner path. Speak only in true need. You know, like the dragons did. They only spoke when they needed to. Gets into like very philosophical stuff, and I love it. And all these offerings up here, I'm just gonna take them all. Hell yeah. By the way, this is where we deliver the stuff. Go into our inventory. It should be miscellaneous Clemex supplies. Just put that in. That finishes it. And then if we search it or not. Oh no, we get our reward from Clemec. Never mind. I think before we head inside, we already got the fast travel point here, so let's go ahead and just go down and get our reward from him real quick. Hopefully I don't crash going to Iverstead this time. I didn't think that through. I did not. Okay, but the thunder. Damn it, it's the thunder and rain. It's really loud. Does it show like where he is? It doesn't. He's probably inside the inn if I had to guess. Which means it's gonna get even louder with the thunder here. There it is. It's Barknar. He's not sleeping anywhere. Let's get out of there. That is way too loud for my liking. I don't think he has a house. Oh, he does. I don't want to break in. This isn't like Oblivion where you can just bust in, talk to people real quick and run out. They just won't talk to you. And I hate that. Hey guardsman, can you open up his house for me? I don't know when he gets up. Or if he's just already out already. Is that him over there just standing about, or is that another guard? No, that's the other guy he was talking to, Gwilyn.
Those bears are making Miss Temba so angry. I hope you can do something about them.
He's not on the bridge or across it. I think he's just still at home. Or maybe he moved to the inn during the day? One of the two. Houses in Skyrim are usually locked whenever their occupants aren't home, or whenever it's late at night, one of the two. So he's either not home, or he's still sleeping. If he's not in the inn, then I would assume he's still at home. I'm about to just bust into his place. It's checking on the hour every hour. And nothing's changing. This is where a quest objective mark would be really nice, so I at least know he's here. Right? A quick check down here. I don't see him standing around. It's a guard walking there. Let's walk up here. Okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. What? Who sees me? You see me.
Don't even think about it.
I need to talk to Klemek. I need to know if he's in here. I'm just gonna break in, see if he's in here, and then reload the quick save. Since I've confirmed it.
You're not supposed to be in here.
I know, man.
This is the last time.
I'm getting out, man. I would love it if you got out, though. Oh, is it open because I just unlocked it? Or is it actually open?
Can a man have a bit of privacy?
Okay, okay. It's open because I unlocked it still. Is it because of the stupid rain? Like, man, just get out of your damn house so I can talk to you. This rain. Thought it would be nice as a mod to include for the series. But I feel like one thing that a lot of playthroughs use Climates of Tamriel for is you combine it with like hot and cold and all the hardcore survival mods, and you use it with that. And I can see that. I can see that being appealing. That's not what this is, so I probably didn't need Climates of Tamriel. I don't know if this guy's gonna come out of his house at this point. Citizens control. NPC tracking. So is this just all the NPCs that change? Again, like the problem, another problem I'm having is this Immersive Citizens mod. Disable the influence of weather. I mean, that's not a problem now. It's not raining. Between the weather making these guys stay inside and the Immersive Citizens, it's terrible. They don't come out during the day here. Gonna have to figure something out. I'll be right back. Okay, I literally have this man's schedule pulled up on the wiki here. It is Sundays at 8:04. So it says here he wakes up early in the morning at 4 a.m., and has breakfast for an hour. Right? So if we wait till 4 a.m., should be awake. And ideally, he would be in the inn, right? Having breakfast. But he's not. Let's wait one more hour, see if he pops up. But he doesn't. And I'm assuming his house is still locked. Okay, so it says on weekdays he goes fishing at 5 a.m. at the river south of the lumber mill. So let's see, 5 a.m. weekday, Monday, south of the lumber mill. Like down here somewhere? I don't see him fishing. I don't see him fishing anywhere here. I know it said south of the lumber mill, but I'm checking everywhere just in case. And this man ain't here. This man ain't here at all. I only see guards walking around. I have to try this again, just to see if he's in here. Yeah, turn around. Is he going to... They're going to bed? Excuse me? Schedule is not what you say it is. Schedule is not what you say it is. This is kind of irritating. There he is, okay.
Good to see you again. How'd that delivery go?
Yeah, I did it like 2 days ago. I had to wait for you for like 2 days.
Quite a climb, wasn't it?
If I could remember
Anyway,
it was 2
much
days ago,
appreciated.
man.
Here, take this for your troubles.
You should give me more for having to wait on you.
Thanks
Jesus.
again for the legwork.
Jesus. Alright, back to High Hrothgar. What we came up here to do. That ate up a little bit of a time, but I still want to finish everything up here in High Hrothgar. We're gonna meet the Greybeards. Oh, here he is. Is this Arngeir?
So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment in the turning of the age.
You call me Dragonborn. What does that mean?
First, let us see if you truly are Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice.
Demonstrate the shout. That's not the shout.
Strike us with the power of your voice.
Or do I actually have to strike you with it, I guess?
Boost!
Okay.
Dragonborn, it is you. Welcome to High Hrothgar. I am Master Arngeir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here?
You're asking me? You're the one that called me here. Who are you? What is this place?
We are the Greybeards, followers of the Way of the Voice. You stand in High Hrothgar, on the slopes of Kinarith's sacred mountain. Here we commune with the voice of the sky, and strive to achieve balance between our inner and outer selves.
Okay, well, I'm answering your summons, Master.
We are honored to welcome a Dragonborn to High Hrothgar. We will do our best to teach you how to use your gift in fulfillment of your destiny.
What is my destiny?
That is for you to discover. We can show you the way, but not your destination.
I want to find out what it means to be Dragonborn.
We are here to guide you in that pursuit, just as the Greybeards have sought to guide those of the dragon blood that came before you.
You mean I'm not the only Dragonborn?
You are not the first. There have been many of the dragon blood since Akatosh first bestowed that gift upon mortal kind. Whether you are the only Dragonborn of this age, that is not ours to know. You are the only one that has been revealed thus far. That is all I can say.
Well, I'm ready to learn.
You have shown that you are Dragonborn. You have the inborn gift. But do you have the discipline and temperament to follow the path laid out for you? That remains to be seen. Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a thum, a shout. Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to learn words of power. All shouts are made up of 3 words of power. As you master each word, your shout will become progressively stronger. Master Einarth will now teach you Ro, the second word in Unrelenting Force. Ro means balance in the dragon tongue. Combine it with Fus, force, to focus your thumb more sharply. Ro.
This just works like a word of power on a wall in a dungeon. You just walk up to it. No cool absorption effect, though.
You truly do have the gift. But learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock its meaning through constant practice in order to use it in a shout. Well, that is how the rest of us learn shouts. As Dragonborn, you can absorb a slain dragon's life force and knowledge directly.
Oh, I'm basically easy mode.
As part of your initiation, Master Einarth will allow you to tap into his understanding of Ro.
You guys have to take hundreds of years to learn this shit. I basically speed run it.
Now, let us see how quickly you can master your new thum.
Demonstrate it 3
Use
times.
your unrelenting force shout to strike the targets as they appear.
Okay, the targets. Okay, there's one. So yeah, we have a second word on our shout now. Remember what he said, every shout is made up of 3 words.
Well done. Again.
The annoying part about this is your shouts have a cooldown. Now I think they nerfed the cooldown for this particular segment. Lydia, you got in the way. You're always in the way.
You learn quickly. Once more.
But usually you have to wait a little bit longer. Or Lydia, you're literally standing on him. Like, do you want me to hit you? Lydia, I'm trying not to hit her, honestly. There we go.
Impressive. Your thumb is precise. You show great promise, Dragonborn. We will perform your next trial in the courtyard. Follow Master Bori.
Master Bori, that's this one. I looked at their names before they started teaching me stuff. The only one of these guys you ever hear talk normally is Arngir. These other 3s they're just kind of extras. Like, you only need Arngir. We're heading out into the courtyard now. keep note of how we still aren't at the top of the mountain. Pretty high up on it, don't get me wrong, but we aren't at the top. This next one's a pretty useful shout. I'd probably use this one more than Unrelenting Force.
A completely new shout. Master Bori will teach you Wold, which means whirlwind. Wold.
And he puts another word down on the ground, Wold.
You must hear the word within yourself before you can project it into a thum. Approach Master Bori and he will gift you his knowledge of wood.
Oh, give me that knowledge, baby.
Now we will see how quickly you can master a new shout.
Okay, so first off, before we even do this, it helps to have it equipped. I usually favorite all my shouts. I'm gonna unfavorite that one because it doesn't seem very useful for the mod anyway. And yeah, go ahead and put that on.
Master Wolfgar will demonstrate Whirlwind Sprint. Then it will be your turn.
So this is Whirlwind Sprint.
X. Wolf. Now it's your turn. Stand next to me. Master Bori will open the gate. Use your Whirlwind Sprint to pass through before it closes.
It's just a speed thing to get through, like, axe traps quickly. It's very useful for the swinging axe hallways. And let me see, well, I need it to cool down first, never mind.
Your quick mastery of a new thum is astonishing. I'd heard the stories of the abilities of Dragonborn, but to see it for myself...
I thought it was this easy for everyone.
No, indeed not. But beware that your skill does not outstrip your wisdom. You are now ready for your last trial. Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller, our founder, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ostengrav. Remain true to the way of the voice, and you will return.
Alright.
Sky?
So we gotta go to Ostengrav next for the Horn of Jürgen Windcaller. And Ostengrav is all the way in a new region that we haven't been to yet. Gunther, we heard of that. That's actually one of the Galderson tombs. At the foot of Solitude, it said. But we need to go to Ostengrav, so we're probably going to ignore that and Solitude. Trying to think of the path we want to take here. I don't think we can actually cut through here. Like, that road doesn't connect all the way. There is a path through here, but it's a very important dungeon for later on that I'd rather avoid. I think we're going to take a very long-winded road all the way around the plains of Whiterun, stop at Rorikstead, head up through here, around, and over to Morthal. There's also like a little shack I want to stop at somewhere around here and get our next companion at. He's a companion I always get in every game I play. And he's a good boy, he is, trust me. You'll all love him. I keep him for most of the game, trust me. The only time I get rid of him is whenever I go do Dawnguard, and I still keep him, trust me. You'll see how it plays out. You'll see. He's the best boy. That's where we gotta go next. I don't think Arngeir really has anything else for us. We can do some topics with him, but I think for now, I'm gonna go ahead and end the episode off here. Wanted to try something. So Whirlwind Sprint, I think you can jump while you do it. So let's... No, that maybe I gotta jump and then do the sprint. There are certain gaps that you can actually only get across with Whirlwind Sprint. So I know there's a way to do it. This is a much better view of Whiterun, by the way. And that's the region we're going to next. No, that's Solitude right there, because I recognize the bridge. We're going a little forward past Solitude. It's like behind that mountain there. You can kind of see the Ruins dungeon I talked about there that I don't want to pass through. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and end it off there. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time